Hey, this is Dan's Warners, and I just want to talk to you guys about what me and my best friend Ricardo talked about yesterday. And it was about a security guard who works, on his property too, is moving to Barstow, and she has a graveyard shift. And Ricardo was telling me yesterday that if he takes the graveyard shift, he could spend time more with his kids, because like in the mornings and stuff, because he works at midnight. And I was like, well, what about our Bible study Saturday and Sunday when we play chess and we treat each other with food and stuff? We have a great time. How are we gonna spend time with each other if you do that? And he said that his kids are really important, that he needs to spend time with his kids, and that he wants to do that. And I was like, I was being selfish. So I was just thinking about myself and not him. I was just thinking about what I want to do. Like I want to play chess with him. I want to have Bible study with him. I want to spend time with him. Just treat him with food, man. That's my best friend. But like when something happened, like when I went home that day, like I was just up still for a while. But you know the thing is that something really happened. I fell asleep the next day, because I was home, but next day midnight will be the next day. So, I fell asleep and I was in a deep dream. And in the dream, I was playing basketball, which is strange. I was like, what? And I was making swishes. I was dribbling behind my back. I was going behind my legs. I was like doing all kinds of stuff. I was doing good in basketball. And this lady with kids, for a fundraiser, this lady with kids came up to us, because I was playing with other people playing basketball, and she told me that she wanted us to sign the basketball, sign a basketball for the kids and stuff for the fundraiser. And I was like, okay, so we signed a basketball, but then she wanted us to interact with the kids, and she didn't want us to play basketball. She wanted us to like just not play basketball for that day, just interact with the kids. And that day, I really want to play basketball. I want to play a game, and a pickup game, and I want to go to the park just to play basketball, nothing else. I was really dedicated to play basketball that day, and like have a pickup game. But I was ignoring what she was saying, and I was being selfish, just like when Carla was telling me that yesterday. I was being selfish about that. He wanted to like take the security guard's graveyard shift, and I was being selfish because I kept saying how we're gonna spend time with each other and have Bible study, how we're gonna play chess, how we're gonna treat her for food, how we're just gonna have a great time like we usually do. And I was being selfish because I wasn't thinking about what he wanted. I was thinking about what I wanted. In that dream, I wasn't thinking about what the lady wanted. And for the kids, I was thinking about what I wanted, to play basketball in the pickup game. So I was being selfish, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. So basically, you know, when I went to work that same day, when I went to work, it hit me. I was like, maybe that's a sign from God that's telling me that, He wants me to play basketball and let Ricardo spend time with his kids. In a dream, the lady was with kids, and I was playing basketball. So I was like, is this a connection from God? This is a sign from God. This is amazing. Like that, and that is just so amazing. I was like amazed. And the another amazing part was that the security guard who's moving to Barstow woke me up in my dream. I was like, that's amazing. She woke me up and called me and asked me if I was coming to work. And I said, yeah, I was coming to work late. And I was like, this is a connection from a sign from God. So the thing is that I went to work, and that's when it hit me when I was thinking about the basketball, playing basketball, and the lady and the kids, with Carlos' kids. He wants to spend time with his kids, and for me being selfish in that, in that dream by ignoring, her and the kids, and just I want to focus on basketball, and being selfish with Ricardo by saying that how we're gonna have Bible study and chess, and how we're gonna how we're gonna study Bible study and have play chess and treat her with food and have fun. So it's all a connection. I was, that's a sign from God. I was like, that's amazing. So yeah, it gets more amazing. Like, you know, I was late, that day, which is today. I was late. And then the day before, when me and Ricardo was talking about the graveyard shift and all that, when all that stuff happened, um, it's just so amazing. Like, later that day, the supervisor called me for my company and was asking me if I want to work 4 hours of overtime on my off day, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Before anything happened, I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then the next day, that's when I had the dream of of playing basketball and everything. And I was late, and I was like, maybe God had a plan, you know, because He knew that I was gonna be late, and He still gave me those 4 extra hours, you know, to work overtime. And I was like, this is all adding up. And not just that, He wanted me to play basketball with Ricardo on like I could do it. I could still play basketball with Ricardo Saturday or Sunday because he works midnight, and then I could still rotate and play chess with the my friends I got has sent me on Sunday, or I could just like not, I could just relax and not be tired because God wants me to get some sleep and not be tired. That's why I was late, because I was tired. I was playing chess. I was playing chess, having Bible study, so I was like really tired. So that's a sign from God saying that you need your rest. So let Ricardo spend time with his kids, and you could still play basketball with Ricardo Saturday or Sunday, before he goes to work or midnight. And he was telling me, don't be selfish. In my basketball dream, I was selfish because I was ignoring the lady and her kids, and I was focused on just me and playing basketball and playing a game. He did not want me to do that, and I was being selfish with Ricardo the day before, saying that, oh well, how are we gonna like spend time with each other? How are we gonna do this? Have Bible study? How are we gonna play chess? How are we gonna treat each other with food? So all these things add up. And before, when we was talking about all that stuff, the supervisor called me about working 4 hours, so overtime, and I was thinking maybe something God has a plan, and that was God's plan because He knew I was gonna be late the next day, and He wanted me, to get more hours. And plus, not just that, it all added up in a dream of what I'm supposed to do, and let Ricardo spend time with his kids, and a lady had kids in a dream. And I was like, that's basically saying, God was saying that let Ricardo spend time with his kids. Basically, God wanted me to spend time with that lady and those kids, the fundraiser, and not focus on basketball, and and just not be selfish, but not be selfish to Ricardo. Let him spend time with his kids. And then the security officer that's moving to Barstow with the graveyard shift that Ricardo wanted to take caught me and woke me up in my dream. So I was like, this is all a sign from God. This is amazing. I was like, wow. I was just, and another thing happened was like the next day when I was when I was thinking about all that, I want to see how I could lose my I have a belly fat. I was wondering how to lose belly fat, and if basketball could burn calories and all that stuff. And I wasn't looking for belly fat. And as I was searching, I was saying, I asked a question. I said, can basketball burn fat? That's all I put. I didn't put belly fat. I said, can basketball burn fat on the internet? I was typing that. And then when I typed that, guess what came up? It says how can basketball burn belly fat? And I have belly fat. I was like, how's that happening? I didn't put belly fat. I just put how can basketball burn fat, and it said, and when I searched that, the first thing that came up said how can basketball burn belly fat. And I was like, I have belly fat, and God was telling me that I should play basketball and be healthy, exercise, because I looked under belly fat and it said cardiovascular disease, like pain, you get problems with your stomach, cancer, and just everything like that. And I was like, I need to be exercise, have exercise. So all this is a meaning from the sign of God.